So one of the big reasons why I joined computer science initially was because in high school. I was part of a robotics team in a competition called First Robotics Competition. If it's something you have heard of before, and I was part of the first year there, so that made me kind of see how this team developed throughout my 3 years of high school back in Mexico, and it was really interesting to be a part of this, right? Because I managed to learn a lot of great, very interesting and useful skills from that. I was part of the programming team, and me together with another friend of mine, we were in charge of doing most of the programming for the robot, which seems like a lot, right? It seems like this really daunting task. But well, first off, the people at First Robotics Competition, they provided a lot of base code to work in, so it made stuff a little bit easier, and also. It's not as daunting as it seems, right? You can break it down very similarly to how you would break a problem in computer science anywhere else, right? You take your problem, you have to move these motors, move them in this way, and take input from a controller, and then you break down the problem into parts, like get input from a controller. But I digress. I'm getting a little bit off track. So one of the great things about that is a lot of us just didn't have the skills when we came in, right? I didn't know a lot about programming at that point in my life. A lot of the people in electronics did not know a lot about electronics. The people in mechanical engineering did not know how to build a robot and did not know how to cut pieces and create the parts of the robot, right? And it's something we all kind of learned along the way. And while we learned it, we also realized, a lot of us, what our passions were, right? Some people realize that, yes, engineering is something they definitely want to do, or programming is something they want to do. Others realize that, no, that programming or engineering is something they don't want to do. They didn't like it. So great for them too, right? Like, you get to find your passion. And kind of one of the big reasons why it led me down this path is because I realized that while I was there, I really enjoyed like getting together with these people who had like a similar interest, right? So for a lot of my time, I just couldn't find a lot of these people with similar interests. Like, engineering is not such a hot button topic as maybe you'd find it here in Austin or in, I don't know, San Francisco or in other parts of the U.S., right? Like, there's not that many people interested in it. And there I was able to connect with a lot of those people. A lot of people had a similar interest to me. And I realized that's something I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed talking to people who had interest in programming or in engineering, and I also enjoyed working on it, right? I noticed that I liked breaking problems down. And so when I joined here at UT for the first time, it was the first time I'd come to live here in the U.S., and it was the first time that I had really seen a college campus here in the U.S., it was all just so daunting and amazing, right? Because there were so many new experiences when I got here, and something I realized really fast, and something that made me really want to stay, was that the people I met here were just really passionate or really interested, or at least were enjoying themselves, right? You could tell a lot of people here, hey, maybe not everyone knows everything, maybe everyone doesn't have everything perfectly grounded in their life, right? But you get to meet a lot. Most people I've met in CS are at least interested in what they're doing, right? Which is something I was not very used to personally, and it's kind of what's kept me going and kept me staying here. Just the fact that I get to meet all these different people with like varying interests who are really passionate about what they do, or sometimes who are just like are extremely either hardworking or have like a lot of stuff going on, somehow manage to do so many different things, which I find amazing, right? So personally, it's been a mix of that and just how I have enjoyed how I enjoy actually doing engineering and programming and computer science, right?